flying display. I've been suggesting flying any design. It never simply amazing what the average can do. And we've been delighted to welcome him. And I fully expect that when he taxis back, he'll do so at least partially under the power of those two little jet engines. Very well deserved applause, I think. So taxi, quickly backtracking the main runway. Now, the pace drops somewhat in Cyprus from the time of flight aerobatics, courtesy of Cambridge Gliding Centre and another tremendous air display showman. Using those routines, Cambridge Gliding Centre over and we're going to see about 6 weeks worth of masterful energy management routines, including route, bow roll, full turn, Chinook, quarter clover. October 2010. He got his wings in 2016, has served all around the globe on operations, and is now a qualified helicopter instructor, accumulating over 2,000 flying hours. He loves working out in the gym, and like the Chinook, he's a heavy lifter with some big guns. But that's enough about Cal. Please look to the sky and welcome your Chinook roll demonstration for 2025. There she goes. The Chinook is deployed operationally all over the world and is the go-to aircraft for rapid insertion and extraction of troops in dangerous locations. If the first training was always the answer is true Chinook, what's the question? We start the day by seeing the aircraft conduct a wing over, rapidly turning back onto target, trading its speed for height and back again. At this point, the crew will begin preparing to drop off troops onto target. As the aircraft runs in for a downwind quick stop, they will simulate a late spot of a landing site to offload troops and vehicles inside the aircraft. This is either on or off the battlefield. The crew must be efficient in wrecking their landing site, making sure it's suitable to land on in the minimum time to avoid threat exposure. Moving forward and down to the landing site and monitoring the height of the aircraft as she comes into land. Our crewman on the ramp today is Flight Sergeant Dave Sims. Born and raised in Margate, Kent, he joined the RAF in 2014. He's been on the Chinook force since 2017 and is a qualified helicopter crewman instructor with over 2,000 hours. He's completed many overseas exercises and operational deployments, enjoys playing golf in and out of aircraft. Riding into the Royal Demo with style today, we have the members of JHSS. Keep an eye on that quad bike throughout the display to just see how capable these critical enablers are. The cab now departs with the troop and convoy unloaded because that's what we call an over-the-shoulder departure. This is a defensive manoeuvre that presents the armoured floor of the aircraft towards the enemy. This gives the aircraft and those inside the greatest chance of protection from any threats on the ground. With the aircraft now turned away, Cal will climb the aircraft to return and provide some mutual support for the troops on the ground.
Yes!
This allows a pair of Chinooks to land in sequence without the loss of any airborne protection, and if we had two M134 miniguns on the port and starboard side, each capable of firing 3,000 rounds a minute or 50. Now trying to introduce our co-pilot today. Joining Cal in the cockpit, Flight Lieutenant Jacob Cameron Johnson, or CJ as you know him. Originally from Cottingham, he's riding with Yorkshire. He joined the RAF in 2016 and was awarded his wings in 20. Next up, the team will run in and reposition again. This is where they'll be showcasing the exciting state of crew run into a fast open approach, accelerating the aircraft rapidly to accurately dispatch troops onto a tight landing site. This could be a rooftop or the deck of a ship, but today it's in front of you lucky devils. Josh is in the starboard door now, prepping the ropes, ready to supervise the dispatch of troops. Dave is also on the ramp preparing the ropes. See now the ropes have been deployed, and we can simultaneously dispatch from 4 ropes if required. 1 from the door, 1 from the centre hatch, and 2 from the ramp. Whether they are fast ropes or abseil ropes, depending on the task. 30 troops can be deployed whilst in the hover in less than 2 minutes. It's not just troops, it's heavy kit, and even furry landsharks as we know them, or military dogs to the common. Unfortunately, there was no live troops or dogs today. This is due to operational reasons and commitments. With the troops all dispatched, Cal now departs for another over the shoulder, and again extending that floor to the enemy. And as they pulled away, you would have seen Josh in the door pulling that 60-foot roping and getting a hell of a sweat on. To that note, we'll introduce Josh in the door. Sergeant and is local to our Evonian with his French bulldog Cody. The crew are now returning to pick up the quad bike, which is rapidly slung load. Underslung loads are the bread and butter of the Chinook force, with all crew members front and back working together to manoeuvre the 99-foot long helicopter into a fine-tuned position. When it comes to heavy lift, size matters. As Cal positions in the overhead of the underslung load under Josh's direction, Dave is looking through the centre hatch to safely direct the pick-up of the quad bike, with all 4 crew working in synchronisation, with the JHSS team operating beneath the hovering aircraft. You'll notice the 2 hookers now holding their arms up. One is holding a static discharge probe. They touch the hook with this burst to dissipate any static electricity, which is particularly important when operating in dusty environments like the desert, to save that nasty shock. Used in operations, moving stores, freight, vehicles everywhere from Afghanistan to Whaley Bridge and everywhere in between. Chinook can have 300 ton loads and carry up to 11.3 tons on its centre hooker load. The quad bike weighs just 350 kilograms, but if it can be reached, the Chinook and JHS can take it. Being such a capable aircraft, it can even pick up another Chinook, albeit with a few bits cut off to save weight. Lance Corporal Robot, who served in April, corrections since 2010. Air Trooper Paul Strike, who served in the Army Air Corps for 5 years. And finally, Air 1 Daniel Gray, who served with 606 Reserve Squadron. Now, if you look at that unhappy quad bike under the helicopter, the crew will be monitoring this load during all stages of flight. As you can see by the swing, road vehicles aren't big fans of heights. The crews will be manoeuvring the aircraft to counteract the swing as the load hits the airflow. The aircraft is now returning to drop off the operational drop-off. This is a combined rapid drop-off of the load and the strops so they can egress away quickly from the threat. This is used in dusty and high threat environments to get supplies rapidly onto the battlefield. Dave will now be in the centre hatch, voice marshalling the load onto the ground before they then go for that operational release. That's today. The teamwork amongst the crew allows for effective information to be passed to Cal and CJ as they handle this magnificent machine. As the aircraft pulls to a stop, it's now time for the Chinook's party piece, as one of the only helicopters in the world that can reverse on 2 wheels. As the aircraft lifts once more, Dave is going to have the best seat in the house. He's on the ramp looking out at all you lovely people here today. In case you can't spot him, he's the one with the big orange hands waving at him, or wavy Dave as we like to call him. Dave's eaten quite some cream today, so as a result, his hands are a little red. He's quite embarrassed about this, so make him happy by giving him a big wave as he goes past. While they progress down the flight line, I'd like to take this opportunity, in the absence of one Bob to the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, I'd like to thank our own Bob, who's our Chinook team display manager. Bob recently received a Meritorious Service Medal in last week's King Birthday Honours. He served over 40 years and is arguably one of the most experienced Chinook aircrew in the With that beat, Duxford, the demo is at an end. So one more time everyone, please put your hands together for the 2025 Chinook World demonstration.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Great to see a Chinook back at Duxford after several years' absence. We look forward to doing so again in the future. But a very welcome contribution.